The title of this story is Jones and Jones Investigators. The Case of the Missing Clicker. Chapter 1. My family had just finished dinner when Dad headed for the living room to turn on the TV. He always watches the weather. "Lachlan, where's the clicker?" He called to me because, at 10, I was the oldest of the 3 boys. "I don't know, Dad." "Should be on the side table." "Well, it's not." "Where is it?" he repeated. We could tell by the sound of Dad's voice that he was upset. Everyone marched into the living room to join in the search. We call the remote control for our TV the clicker. I don't know why. It doesn't click. It doesn't make any noise at all. We looked high and low. There was no clicker to be seen. We all looked at Jack. He was 18 months old. And whenever something was lost, he was usually the one who lost it. "Jack, go get the clicker," Mum said. He smiled and said, "Never mind." Jack only knows a few words, but those are his best. He must have picked them up from my brother, Daniel. Chapter 2. "Dad, you can turn the TV on at the set," Daniel pointed out. "It's no big deal." He walked to the TV and pushed the button, and the news came on. Dad sat down in his big chair. "I know that, but I want the clicker," he said, and we knew he meant business. Whenever he watched TV, he held the clicker so he could change channels when an advertisement came on. I stepped up to Dad's chair. "I think this is a case for Jones and Jones Investigators. Lachlan," he said, "whatever it takes, do it." I nodded to Daniel, and we went to our room to get our disguises. We had made a disguise kit out of old clothes and wigs, and worked as detectives whenever something was lost. Daniel chose the red wig and blue sunglasses with the lenses punched out. I put on my usual disguise, bald man with a beard and mustache. Daniel got out the secret clue notebook and a pencil. We were ready. "This could be a hard case to crack," I muttered as we walked to the living room. "What did you say?" Daniel asked over his shoulder. Never mind. I didn't want to discourage him. Chapter 3. I went up to Mum. "We're Jones and Jones Investigators. We'd like to ask you a few questions." "Go ahead," she said. "When was the last time you saw the clicker?" I asked. "This morning when I dusted. It was on the side table." We stepped over to Dad. "Mister, when was the last time you saw the clicker?" I asked. "Last night. I left it on the piano after I turned off the late news." "Okay, mister. Don't worry. We're going to find it for you." "Good. Now would you mind changing the channel? There's a program on bloopers I want to see." I nodded. I was interested in that program too. Chapter 4. On Saturday, straight after breakfast, we started again. We decided to follow Jack, our number 1 suspect. He got into the toy box. Daniel and I took out all the toys. Daniel wrote in our secret clue notebook, "Not in toy box." Mum came in with a damp rag and a big rubbish bag. "Since you've got all the toys out, Jones and Jones, would you mind cleaning the toy box? Put the broken toys in this bag." Daniel looked at me, and I could tell he didn't think detectives should do cleaning work. But I decided it was all part of the job. Chapter 5. 10 minutes later, we were back on the case. We headed for the living room. Jack was opening and closing the door on the side table. We looked inside, but there was no clicker. We heard Mum coming, so we shut the door and moved on to Dad's chair. We searched it, but there was no clicker. Daniel wrote, "Not inside side table or in Dad's chair." Jack stood by the fireplace. The wood box was almost empty, so it didn't take much time to search it. I was just putting the last log back in when Mum looked at me. "Jones and Jones, it looks like it could rain. Would you bring in some more wood? My sons usually do it, but you're here and you look so strong." She was right. We were pretty strong. It took us 4 trips each. Chapter 6. Next, we tackled the huge cardboard box that holds old newspapers. We took out the top few papers and decided Jack wouldn't have gone any further down in the pile. We started putting them back, but we were too late. Mum was back. "Jones and Jones," she said. We knew we were going to have more work. "Would you mind taking out the old papers?" Daniel looked at me and sighed. "We're never going to finish this investigation," he muttered. "What?" Mum asked. "Never mind," he said, and started picking up the newspapers. Chapter 7. Next was the bookcase. Maybe Jack had dropped the clicker behind some books. "I don't think it's going to be in there," Daniel said, as we started on the very last shelf. I was ready to agree with him when I saw something in the space between the wall and the bookcase. I reached in and grabbed it. The case was solved. "Jack, did you put that clicker in there?" I asked. He just said, "Never mind." Let's make a spelling game. Type your name and click on Next. Look at these sentences from Jones and Jones Investigators, the case of the missing clicker. Choose 5 of the blue words for your spelling words. Bookcase. Maybe. Ready. Something. Never. Click on Make Game to play. Roll over the word bubble to hear the word. Rabbit. Roll over the sentence bubble to hear the word in a sentence. The rabbit hopped across the paddock. Type the word. If you want to make a correction, press the delete or backspace button on the keyboard. Click Go and your letter bubbles will float into the big bubble. Click on Play. Type the first word and click on Go. Bookcase. Next was the bookcase. Type the next word and click on Go. Maybe. Maybe Jack had dropped the clicker behind some books. Type the next word and click on Go. Ready. I was ready to agree with him when I saw something in the space between the wall and the bookcase. Type the next word and click on Go. Something. I was ready to agree with him when I saw something in the space between the wall and the bookcase. Type the last word and click on Go. Never. He just said, never mind. Brilliant! You've spelled 5 words correctly. Play again or get a certificate. Let's do the Wizzy quiz for Jones and Jones Investigators, the case of the missing clicker. Answer 10 questions correctly and help Lettergetter climb the pole to get to the letters. See how long it takes. Type your name and click on Start. Move the pictures into the order that they happened in the story. Yes, that's the right order. Which picture shows a clicker? Good spotting. Drag the clicker onto the place where Lachlan and Daniel found it. Yes, the boys found the clicker behind the bookcase. Good spotting. How could the boys tell the dad was upset about the missing clicker? Try again later. Drag the tasks that Mum asked the boys to do onto the picture. Yes, Mum asked the boys to clean the toy box, bring in wood, take out old newspapers, and sort the broken toys. Good work! Drag an adjective into the box. Yes, brown is an adjective. Good work! drag a verb into the box. Yes, sat is a verb. Good work. Drag a noun into the box. Yes, chair is a noun. Nice work. Drag a pronoun into the box. Yes, his is a pronoun. Nice work. Awesome. Drag the correct meanings onto the boxes. Yes, a beard is hair on the chin. Yes, a mustache is hair on the top lip. Yes, disguise means to look different. Yes, bald means no hair on the head. Nice work. Drag the words that match onto the pictures. Yes, Dad was upset about the missing clicker. Yes, Jack was the number one suspect. Yes, Lachlan was disguised as a bald man with beard and mustache. Yes, Daniel was a detective with a notebook. Nice work. Drag the words that sound the same onto the boxes. Yes, would is correct. You're right. No is the correct answer. Yes, right is correct. You're right. Not is the correct answer. Nice work. Drag the correct meanings onto the boxes. Yes, number one suspect is the most likely person. Yes, hard case to crack means that it was difficult to find the answer to the problem. Yes, 4 trips each means both Lachlan and Daniel went 4 times. Yes, meant business is the same as was serious. Nice work. How could the boys tell that Dad was upset about the missing clicker? Yes, the boys knew their father was upset by the sound of his voice. Good work.
Snappy slideshow. Type your name and click Next. Let's create a slide. Choose your picture. Click Yes if you are happy with your picture selection. Click or drag 6 pictures. Now have fun with the toolbox. You must choose a picture and type a caption before you can click Next. Now choose your background music. Click Next. You can stop the music by clicking on the Music button. Change the volume using the red slider. Now save your slideshow by clicking on Save. You can stop the music by clicking on the Music button.
Verbs. Verbs are doing words. Jump. Kick. Fly. Now you know what verbs are.